What's up, party people, to another episode of Who Asked You Podcast. I'm your humble host, and today we are going to be talking about, tonight, I should say, we're going to be talking about everything that's going on right now. The United States is like breaking apart as we speak. We are living in a very, very, very historic time right now, and I want to talk about because it seems like these black conscious people, these teachers, these so-called revolutionaries, they're upset that people are actually doing what they've been preaching this whole time. They've pretty much been talking shit and talking down to people who are so-called not ready to revolt or not willing to protect themselves, but now people are finally doing that, and now people are upset at them. And I'm not really understanding what do y'all want? Like, y'all can't say that, oh, it's a psyop that this black man is killed, but then want to get upset when black people don't defend themselves against, against brutality. Like, if people are afraid of martial law, then that is just a consequence of revolution. Like, if that's what you really want, if you really want people to fight back, if you really want change, and you feel like change can only happen with like bloodshed or rioting or whatever, then how can you get mad at people who are bold enough to do exactly what you've been teaching? I'm not really understanding that. I don't get the sentiment of that. Like it's like, what do you want? Like, do you want people to just watch a black man get killed and just say, oh, well, that's regular? Like, what do people really want? And because I pretty sure I just mentioned, martial law is going to be a symptom of a revolution regardless. So you can't be afraid of martial law, because we damn near live in martial law right now. Like, they're trying to fucking pass laws to let people come into your house and test everyone if your workplace had somebody with COVID. So don't be afraid of martial law, because it's already here. I personally, I applaud that people are fighting back and people are rioting and making themselves heard. I applaud that, because that shows that we aren't afraid anymore, that we will fight back. Like, this is not the first time that America has burned. In my eyes, there are patriots out there. Yes, there are looters. Yes, there are government agents trying to stoke the flames of people's hurt. But at the end of the day, y'all niggas always talking about revolution this, revolution that. So this is what y'all want, and the result is going to be what it is. When we all wake up tomorrow, just like COVID, when COVID first dropped, it was a whole new reality. It may be a whole new reality tomorrow, but that's what we pushing for. That's what we want. We want change. We want to not be victims anymore. Or is it that we don't? Or is it that we still want the problem to be prevalent so we can have something to complain about? Like, I'm really not understanding what people want. If anybody would like to state their opinion in the chat, please do, because I would like to know, what do people actually want? Like, do y'all want change, or do y'all want to stay locked up? Because people are actually doing exactly what everybody been calling us too pussy to do. Fighting back, speaking our mind, uh, not not listening to non-constitutional orders to go in the house. Like they don't have any jurisdiction over our person, over our bodies. We can do what we want. I'm not saying that there's no consequence or there shouldn't be consequences of what we do, but we are allowed to stomp on. If we want to fucking march until our feet bleed, we literally have the right. There is no reason why there should be riot gear, motherfuckers, outside because like people like it's not just a black thing because there are just as many white protesters as there are black. But I have to give it to them that there is a point in Michigan. Actually, I got two examples for Michigan. One, when the white militia was all in the building, they didn't do anything. They didn't tear gas. They didn't shoot rubber bullets. They didn't do none of that. Now that our people is rioting outside, and it's just a mixture. Now they got riot gear, and they doing the most. So why? So what is it like? Like what reality do we live in to think that this it like without this turmoil, how like I'm not trying to say that stupid idiom or of out of chaos comes order. Not at all. But I'm saying what what do y'all expect to happen? Like what is it y'all want us to do? If we can't riot, right? If we can't tear shit up and we can't kneel and complain, then what do we do? You just want us to shut the fuck up and just take it? Like I'm not understanding. Space Coop was good. You right, Studi. We can't be scared if we want change. Exactly. And wonder why Michigan was the place of all places. Right? I mean, well, that the governor keeps pushing the COVID-19 restrictions more and more and more. Every time it's almost done, she pushes it further. So that's why people were pissed off. But right now, they going hard in Detroit right now. They going hard. I'm about to bring up this update of CNN. They're literally updating. Hold on, let me refresh this. But they're literally doing it by the minute. Here's a snapshot of where the protests are so far. Oh, okay, there you go. It took all damn day. Okay, accused officer's wife files for dissolution of marriage. Member says an attorney for Kelly Chauvin, the wife of ex-Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, has filed for a dissolution of marriage. Derek was arrested Friday and charged with third-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter in the death of George Floyd, as she should. That's a righteous action. Houston police officers 9 minutes ago hospitalized after protests. They getting fucked up. Hold on, I don't know what the hell that is. Hold on. That was some bullshit. But pepper balls have been deployed by police in Denver. Like they're literally like going in right now. Detroit niggas getting fucked up in Detroit. Now these are all the places that's like. These are all. I'm about to show all the places. Oh, Missouri. Right. Here's all the places that's got protests going right now. California, which is Los Angeles, Bakersfield, Sacramento, San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco. In Colorado, Denver, Georgia, Atlanta, Illinois, Chicago, Iowa, Des Moines, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Kentucky, Louisville, which is related to the death of Breonna Taylor. And if y'all don't know who that is, that was the girl who got shot up in her home for no reason. Louisiana, New Orleans, New York, New York City, Massachusetts, Boston, Michigan, Detroit, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Nevada, Las Vegas, North Carolina, Charlotte, Ohio, Columbus, and Cincinnati, Texas, Dallas, and Houston, and Virginia, Richmond, and Washington, D.C. So pretty much America is on fire right now. And I don't understand why people act like this isn't the very this isn't the very first time America has been on fire. Like what about the Watts riots and things of that nature? Or what about when they bombed fucking Rosewood and shit? Like people act like this is the very first time that something some type of like unrest has happened in American history. Like I honestly feel like we are living in a historical moment. Like I think there's a big upheaval and we have like two lanes to go. We're either going to be geared towards the light or forever sunk in the darkness. And I think that just depends on the choices that the American people make moving forward. Because they can't really impose, like, they can't control us. Like, they cannot control our emotions. They can't control anything like that. Like, and people need to understand, like, because I see a lot of black people also. I want to say this. I see a lot of black people talking down on other black people, talking about, oh, y'all just fucking up your own neighborhoods and blah blah blah, whoop de wop. Dude, we don't own nothing. We don't own none of this. None of this is ours. Period. We're just here. They own the land permits and things of that nature in the businesses and blah blah blah. We None of this is ours. Like that is an illusion to think that we have a stake in any of this because we don't. This is not like they took the land, okay? So anything that gets burnt down from the biggest building to the smallest flower, we don't own it. So stop personifying things that aren't yours. And there's white people looting as well. Like I'm tired of the narrative that, oh, here go these wild black people again. And it's always perpetuated by our own people. And no matter how many pictures that show white people standing up for black people and chanting and fists up in the air, niggas still want to down talk niggas. Like I don't get it. Like it's like it's such a self hate is so prevalent in our community that even when revolution is knocking at the door, y'all still gotta hate on yourselves. It's like y'all are addicted to self hate. Like so I want anybody who's watching to right now tell me in the comments, do you think that it is wrong for them to riot, or do you think they're doing their patriotic duty with this upheaval? Please let me know in the chat because I am very, very curious to see what other people think. Because I personally feel like they're doing exactly what all these so-called black revolutionaries, black teachers been saying all along. And it's sad that a lot of the black teachers are now talking down on the people actually doing what the fuck they've been preaching this whole time. But please in the comments tell me, what do y'all think? And while y'all doing that, I'm about to pull up these videos that's being showed on Twitter, just so we can actually see, have a visual on here instead of me just bumping my gums. Man, it's a full on fucking. Look at that. See, This is what I'm talking about. These are American people in Atlanta, white, black. It's everybody. Since I'm scared because I don't want martial law, I feel like why couldn't we do it in a different way? I don't even have a gun. I mean, I get that, and I get you want to have protection for yourself, but it's been whispered that this is going to happen for years, and I feel like we all should have prepared for this. Like that's the sad part about everything being called a conspiracy theory, because when it's shown that it's a real deal, Holyfield, we aren't prepared because we were busy listening to people who said it wasn't real. Um, I don't want martial law either, and I wish that we weren't so persecuted and oppressed to where something like this had to happen or inevitably happen, you know? So I understand that sentiment, but this is where we at now. Like, this is where we at. Anybody else in the chat that want to expound on how they feel about all this rioting and stuff, please feel free to put your comment in the comment section and I will expound with you. This is in Houston. And this was the danger of the trend of militarizing the police force. They threw a firecracker at him.
You have some people are laughing, some people are videotaping. Just threw something on fire, Chris, a firecracker. It's not fired. See
how scary they are? And they're the ones that with the gear. They're the ones with the guns, but hold on, I guess it's an update. Oh yeah, we already seen this because we be on it. And okay, and I want to ask y'all this too. What do y'all feel about Trump's response? Do you think he was right in sending the military in? Because first he did it off the National Guard. Then he brought in the military. So what do y'all think? Like, do y'all think that was right? Do y'all think that was wrong? Do y'all think that's an indication that he's not for the people? Like, how do y'all feel about Trump's response to all this? I mean, it is what it is, y'all. This is the land of blood and honey, where they kill and then they pay you. And I think that cycle is about done after tonight. That's just what it is. I will expound on this even more after tomorrow. What's good, Jalen and Tyler, bros? It's the first time I'm seeing you. Welcome. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and like the video. They say we are getting tired of seeing police brutality. Exactly. Um, it's like murder porn at this point. You know, it's like they get together and they're like, oh yeah, watch me fuck them up, and I dare them to do something about it, and then we cry about it, and then they either get paid off with blood money or they just don't care or they get off. And the guy got bond, like he got a bond of five. I think it's like $500,000 bond, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't see how he's if a nigga if a nigga punch somebody, he might get denied bail. Like you can't even a nigga can't even do a simple assault without getting denied bail. But this dude literally did a live execution, and he got a $500,000 bail. And you gotta remember that they don't have to pay the whole thing to get off. So that nigga might dip. He might get the fuck on down. Like it amazes me how the system works for it's almost like how pedophiles get off easy. Like they feel like just because you have money that you can pay off for your crimes, and it's like the American people are tired of the corruption and tired of the bullshit. So we've been screaming and crying about, oh, we need to stop being punks. Oh, we need a revolution. Oh, whoopie wop, whoopie wop. Well, here you go. And it's scarier than people thought. And it's like we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't know if it'll bring change. We don't know if it'll continue. We don't know if it'll be uh, um, martial law tomorrow. 10%. Yeah, they only got to pay. Shout out Rowan Rock in the building. Yeah, they only got to pay 10%, and that's nothing. That's nothing for them. They can get that money and dip. So we know what it is, man. Uh, since y'all in the chat, let me know, how do y'all feel about Trump's response to the riots? Like, do y'all think that he was in his right to call in the military, or do y'all think that this puts it in question if he's really for the American people or not? Because he did immediately push an investigation against the killers. But then to turn around and say that the protesters are thugs, knowingly, I hate, like, if a nigga can look on Twitter and figure out that undercover cops are the ones that were inciting the violence, he gotta know too. So, like, with that information, do y'all think that he is actually not for the American people, or do y'all think that he was well within his rights uh, to call in the military for the looters and stuff? And plus, while I'm waiting on our response, I don't see how he didn't know that people were going to loot when we're in a fucking pandemic, in the middle of a pandemic, and niggas broke. Like, people are broke. Like, I done seen pictures of white people and black people, like, just taking shit. Like, I'm about to look something up real quick. While I wait for y'all to answer the question. We're not gonna know till the end with Trump, to be honest. That's right. That's right. It kind of seems like he's playing. Okay, it's it seems like he's playing both sides, but at the same time, we're playing a. At the end of the day, even with the research, with when it comes to him, we are kind of playing a guessing game because he does seem to play both sides. And did y'all know that they caught some flack tonight for shooting at reporters? I'm about to show the video. It's only 30 seconds.
Shot! I'm getting. Kate?
Okay. It's not funny, but this reporter is about to get shot with some pepper balls.
And go where you got to go, and that's fine with us.
Okay.
We got plenty of time here.
Are you okay? I'm getting shot! I'm getting. Katie, are you okay?
Rubber bullets. It's okay. It's those pepper bullets.
Are they?
Bullets.
Who are they aiming that at?
Now he's shooting at the photographer.
At us, like directly at us. Directly.
Why are they doing that?
He's shooting at our crew.
I
Do
don't
they not know that? Obviously, they see the camera.
They popping at anybody. Like, I don't know. This is what all these black revolutionary people claim that they wanted. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. I am always skeptically optimistic. Like, oh yeah, I have to show this. Okay, this happened today. Actually, while I was having a family meeting, this happened in Atlanta. They fucked the CNN building up. It's a whole lot of pent up anger. It's a whole lot of. I think they getting exactly what they've been asking for. In all honesty, like they're getting exactly what they asked for. Is there anybody who would like to come up here and speak their piece? I'm going to try something new. I haven't ever had like the audience come up here and speak their mind, but I really want to know. So if anybody is, I ain't going to say brave enough, but if anybody. You said the fall of Cabal got me questioning, is they paid? I do believe in crisis actors, but something in my spirit like feels like that was an actual death though. Like even if the cop was paid, like it could even be like the cop was paid to kill the man. Like it could have just been that. Like because I've heard reports of like them saying, oh, they knew each other or they worked with each other or some shit like that. Even if that's the case, right? And he was paid to kill the guy, it was still the most brutal killing I've ever seen live, like in my life. I've never seen no shit like that before. Hopefully this link works. If anybody wants to come up here. If it does not work, but you do want to come up here, please just put your email in the chat, and I will send you a link in your email. Jalen and Tyler Bro says, I feel like whatever Trump does, whether good or bad, the media will twist it. That's true. Media is definitely biased. They are trying to push anti-Trump rhetoric because they want Joe Biden in the House, even though he's a pedophile, allegedly. But y'all know what it is. A pedophile weirdo. They want him in. They have to have if the Democratic Party does not get somebody in office right now, then it's all over for them. Because the trials were still going, the investigations will go on, and the whole cabal, like Rome Rott was talking about, will be exposed. And I want to put this too. If people are going crazy off of that, you don't think it's going to get even worse when the trials happen? Because like I said, I am optimistic about everything. And I do believe that Trump will stay in office, and I do believe that the trials will be public. People are going to flip the fuck out when they see I'm talking about not all the people like us who already know and who've been on this and who are asleep. I'm talking about the average Joe motherfuckers who just believe in Jesus and go to work and go to bed and do it all over again. They are going to flip because all the people that they worship and that they love, they're going to see them for the satanic, evil people that they really are, and they're not going to be able to handle it, yo. So I think this is what's happening now is nothing. Like, just picture the cognitive dissonance mass form when the veil is ripped off. Because y'all got to remember, like, some people are skeptical that change is going to happen, but you have to remember that consciousness goes in cycles, and this is the Aquarian age, regardless of what anybody's talking about. So the shift has to happen. It is impossible to stop the enlightenment of the planet. Like, it's literally that energy, energy goes in a spiral, and you can't stop that flow. Like, no matter what you do, it is going to spiral for eternity. And there's certain ages that happens. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. So people can get a so people can get a visual representation of what I'm talking about. Let me see, because I already found one, but let me see if I can. Nope, let me try this one. It's so many good ones. Hold on, y'all. In the comments, please continue to let me know how y'all feel about what I've said about the riots, about Trump and all that, as I look this up real quick, because I'm looking for an image that way I can explain it and not misspeak. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm about to share my screen. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, hopefully y'all can see this. If not, I'm gonna just save this picture, so y'all can see it bigger. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and do it now. But right here, if you can see, Earth's location 2012 AD, 13% into the ascending energy age. We're flowing this way, so we're going up, and there's no way that energy flow is going to reverse. No matter what they try to do, no matter what evil shit that they try to make up, we are going to ascend regardless, because it's the natural universal flow. And actually, I'm just going to make a whole lecture on this so I can actually completely explain it even better than what I just did. But we are ascending, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Period, point blank. So instead of being afraid, just know that this is the natural flow of things. That's why I never fear for my life, because I feel like the people that are here right now are here for a reason. The energy, the fearlessness that we have, the ancestors guiding us, and us actually listening and getting back to the real sciences of life. There is a reason why our souls were picked for this moment in time. So I don't ever fear death, and I don't fear change, and I don't fear what I see. Because I see literally, like, it's crazy to hear the differences in the consciousness because I hear the adults, how they talk. And then I see the comparison of our generation of consciousness, and then the generation after us, all they can do is ascend from where we are, because the rhetoric, the old fears, the self-hate, that mentality is dying with the older generation, because we're not going for that. Space Coop says we as individuals raise chakras, but that countries raise chakras. India has reached the 8th. We are such a young country. We are shifting to a higher chakra as a country, and we aren't going back. That's facts. I want to get into that. Actually, I want to get into ley lines as well. I'm glad that you said that, because I am going to dive deep into ley lines, because I have very elementary knowledge of that. Like, I know that those are the chakra points of the planet, but I want some more precise information on that so I can teach that. More people are waking up. That's a fact. That's a fact. They definitely are. I have to grab my charger, so I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and play something for y'all as we wait, because I gotta go grab my charger. But yeah, people are definitely waking up, and it hurts. It hurts to pull away from the old ways and the old thoughts, especially because our parents are reiterate that, oh, you're going to hell. Like, for some reason, everything positive that you want to do means that you're going to hell, according to them. So as I grab my charger, please enjoy Young Pharaoh's new music video from his album. This is All Around Me.
Dying all around me. You fuck a challenge. I'm tired of praying. Murder all around me. Out in that field, it was murder all around me. It was murder all around me. Locked in that cell, spirits dying all around me. Spirits dying all around me. They catch you lacking, fuck a challenge and they gon' be no camera. And fuck a past, I'm tired of praying and they gon' be no better. Out in them streets, it was murder all around me. It was murder all around me.
I'm from the streets, I see junkies all around me. The niggas plotting, I know they waiting to down me. Nobody built me, I was gangster when they found me. That's around, I've been the hardest in the county. They catch me lacking, ain't no crying, every bullet's flying. I've been a lion, I am bite like a fucking like it. I am the field, cause nigga, I was raised there. Mama grew braids there, I done duck strays there. Went toe to toe with the white man, he ain't play fair. So I learned to move a chessboard from a state tier. They showed me the rules, then it was checkmate. I done earned a lot of sense, some of them won't wash away. It's slugs up in that field, blood up in that field. Blood is thicker than water, but it's mud up in that field. Growing up in that field makes it hard for me to feel. It's hard to deal with emotions when trying not to get killed.
Out in that field, it was murder all around me. It was murder all around me. Locked in that cell, spirits dying all around me. Spirits dying all around me. They catch you lacking, fuck a challenge and they gon' be no camera. And fuck a past, I'm tired of praying and they gon' be no better. Out in them streets, it was murder all around me. It was murder all around me. In them streets, it was murder all around me. They gunning for me, niggas scared to stand around me. And I'm gon' die before I go back in that cell again. My sister called me, said she heard I'm back in jail again. I hit the courtroom, but I still ain't get no bail again. CEO called me to the bubble, I got mail again. Police, how about this is search? If you dirty, you better skirt. My older sister sold a body. My older nigga sold work. I got kicked out of high school. My little brody went to college route. There's black power in this motherfucker, but I still beat them choppers out. That bullshit is what I'm not about. Get the picture or I crop you out. And they gon' try and say you crazy when you show them something they ain't thought about. I had to switch up the flow. Yes, I be better than go. All the real niggas dead are in jail, but I just came home parole. We took some sons from their mothers. Yeah, I done made some mothers cry. We screaming R.I.P. mix. I had to watch his mother cry. Out in that field, it was murder all around me. It was murder all around me. Locked in that cell, spirits dying all around me. Spirits dying all around me. They catch you lacking, fuck a challenge and they gon' be no camera. And fuck a past, I'm tired of praying and they gon' be no better. Out in them streets, it was murder all around me. It was murder all around me. Murder all around me. Dying all around me.
That was Young Pharaoh, all around me. Make sure y'all go in his comments and let them know where you heard that song. I actually just got I seen the information, but someone reminded me of that information, so I have to say it. That in the autopsy, they claimed that he did not die from the neck wound. Let me see. Autopsy of let me see, which is sick as fuck. I'm gonna show y'all this. And my uncle had made a point, which I'm gonna say, man, I'm tired of these ads coming up. Because I saw this earlier, but I didn't even think of it. And yeah, that's how I knew it was $500,000. But anyways, it says the officer in the case of George Floyd was arrested. Autopsy is showing he didn't die of strangulation, but heart issues. Max sentence of 35 years for both charges or pay fine. Bail set at $500,000. Information provided by CNN and listed on their website. Now I'm going to try to. That's bullshit. Even if he like had a heart attack, don't you think that trauma caused him to have a heart attack or have his heart problems flare up? Like I feel like that's a fucking, like, that's crazy to me. And my uncle said that is probably going to cause the guy to get away with the murder. He is getting charged murder of the third degree, perpetuating imminently dangerous act, in evincing depraved mind. And he has second degree manslaughter. And they're just talking about what happened or whatever. But here's the important piece. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner conducted Mr. Floyd's autopsy on May 26, 2020. The full report of the ME is pending, but the ME has made the following preliminary findings. The autopsy revealed no physical findings that support a diagnosis of traumatic asphyxia or strangulation. Mr. Floyd had underlying health conditions, including coronary artery disease and hypertensive heart disease. The combined effects of Mr. Floyd being restrained by the police, his underlying health conditions, and any potential intoxicants in his system likely contributed to his death. The defendant had his knee on Mr. Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds in total. 2 minutes and 53 seconds of this was after Mr. Floyd was non-responsive. Police are trained that this type of restraint with a subject in a prone position is inherently dangerous. Defendant is in custody. Now, if they're admitting in the report that was a symptom, like his death is a symptom of the trauma pretty much, then there should still be an arrest. Like, I mean, he should still go down. I don't see how they can finesse this man getting out of prison for that. Like, I don't see it. If he get away, it's not going to be good. They need to charge the other cop too for just watching it happen. Right, because he is definitely complacent in the act. Like, he's more of the act. It was horrible, but the fact that he just let it happen makes him more of a sucker than a killer, because he was too pussy to be like, bro, chill, like you about to kill this man, let's just throw him in the car. He had all the power in the world, but he stood there and acted like he saw nothing. Like, all of this shit is just fishy and fucked up. Do I believe it's a psyops? No. I'm sorry. I'm not a super ultra weirdo conspiracy nigga that don't believe that cops kill black people. Like that. Are they using it to incite rage? Are they using it to flare up racial tensions? Yes. And I'll always say that. Yes, they are. They always manipulate the masses with shit like this. But I really think that man got murdered. Shout out Wet Butterfly. Butterfly One. Well, welcome to the show. If you haven't, please subscribe. Please like the video. They say the system is rigged. Any sort of analysis has to start and end with racism. I get it, but I don't fully agree, because that is taking the responsibility. That is taking away the responsibility of what white people do. Like, they're not telling. Okay, the deep state isn't telling a white person to follow me around the store. The police, the deep state is not telling a cop to approach me with his hand on his pistol for me driving through Burger King parking lot instead of waiting at the traffic light. Like that, they have their own racial biases and racial hate. What's up, Yosef El Bebe? It's always cool to see you in the building. Peace, peace. Like, we have to stop. I feel like Obey's God says autopsy report is going to inflame anger and cause blacks to vote for Biden. Possibly, yeah. I don't see how the information about Biden's pedophilia in their treason hasn't been widespread through the masses. I just don't understand that. But if a president tells you, I'll put it this way: if a president tells you that if a presidential candidate, let me correct myself, tells you that you aren't black if you don't vote for him, it's an issue tissue. Like that is a huge problem that he is bold enough to say that. And I want to put it on record. I'm sure people have heard it already, but I want to play it on here so people can't say he didn't say that or, oh, that's taken out of context. No, that's bullshit. I'm about to share my screen real quick. I'm saying, like, niggas just be talking too much. All they showing is his little apologies. I was trying to just get. Oh, hold on. I think I found it. Hold on. I just want to show the video of him saying it. Like, I don't want to hear motherfuckers commentary about it. I just want to. Let me see. Okay. Hopefully, yep, here we go.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact
I
want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. I mean, come on. Take a look.
The NAACP don't speak for all black people. We don't give a fuck about the NAACP. Like, that's not, that don't give you no clout, dude. That's crazy.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump.
Mind you, I used to look up to Charlemagne, but I see what he be on. But I'm kind of glad that he got him up there and he said that dumbass shit. Obeys God says the president has the power to appoint a new attorney general. That new attorney will drop the pedophilia investigations. Blacks will forgive Biden because they see Trump as a worse racist. But that is such a childish, like, that is a childish charge on Trump. Like, that's like schoolyard politics. You're a racist. Like, no, you might not like the way that he speaks. You might not like the way that his approach to situations, but just to throw that racist, that's like that's another reason why race relations, especially against black people, is so diluted and people don't care because that word racist gets thrown around so much that it loses its meaning. Like it doesn't even mean anything anymore to call somebody racist. Like, okay, that's better. I'm like, why my camera look like that? Like, that's crazy. I hope that people aren't dumb enough to vote for the Democratic Party because it's definitely game over. It's definitely game over if they do. Yosef El Bebe says, I got into quite an argument, I'll say that, today with some European, and they said black people are stupid because they are burning their own community. They had the nerve to say we gave you people everything. And that's the arrogance of white people. And I want to say this because I said this earlier in this live, and lots of people weren't in at the time, so I'll re-say it. None of this is ours. From the highest building to the smallest blade of grass, we don't own none of this. They took all this from us. So I don't see it as burning down our communities because it's not ours. And that is pushing the rhetoric that it's just black people rioting and looting when it's actually all races are going off right now. It is a collective American damn near revolt right now. It's not a black thing at all, period. Like, no, the fact that it took a black person's death, let's say, let's take it from face value and let's say, fuck a psyops, fuck all that stuff. The face value of it is a white man killed a black man, right? And the whole country is pissed off. Not just black people, but the whole entire country is pissed off. So that narrative that white people try to put like that, that's the issue, man. He says, man, I went off because he started using too much racist stuff, then I ended. Exactly, that's what I said. Shit. And we built this country for free through slavery. We did. Literally, he says, exactly, King. I totally agree with you. That's what I told him. It's not about race. It's not at all, dude. And I am the first person to say, I honestly feel like I'm Marcus Garvey reincarnated. Like, I love the message that he was pushing so much that any chance I get to say we should separate, we should. But right now, this is not about black people. It's about police brutality and the powers that be being so arrogant that they believe that the people will never unite together to be real patriots. This is a patriotic situation right now. It's not about racism. It's about the American people collectively saying that this is bullshit and it needs to stop. Period. And I applaud all the races that's banding together with black people right now to stop, to show these people that we aren't separated like they think we are, because it shows that there is slight changes, but there's a lot of black hate being displayed and there is a lot of racial denial being displayed right now. A lot of white people are clinging onto the notion that black people are causing their own deaths, and black people are clinging onto the notion that we are protesting and fucking shit up isn't the right way to go. They still want to be Martin Luther King. They still want to get dogs sicked on them and spray holes down. They still want to get shot at, hit with rubber bullets and batons and bullshit like that. They still want that, and to Kumbaya and Jesus, and they want to do all that. They still want to do that, but we're over that. We are ascending. We're going to the next step. With our fucking Oshans, our fucking ancestors, our Gullah ancestors, they speaking. That drum is already beating. Like, that shit is here. Like, you can't work backwards. You can't moonwalk back into oppression. Like, why would you want to? Like, niggas is so scared of being free, dude. Like, that's the only conclusion that I have. Like, I literally listened to some elders today argue, right? And the whole argument was missing the mark. Like, the whole argument, they argue, and it's the same sentiments that they was arguing back when it was their time. So I get it, but they don't even understand how we understand, dude. Like, there is a selected few of OGs that I know that get it. Like, there is a selected few, but overall, they just don't get it, yo. And even some of the ones that have the information, they are so emotionally misguided with the information that they turn people off from even wanting to learn. Or they're like dismissive of the fact that everybody isn't on the same cognitive level as them, you know? And we have to be mindful, like I disagree with the PSYOP I disagree with the gematria numbers on this one, and I disagree with this is a psyop. But I am not dismissive of the claim. I just personally don't believe it. I personally just believe that they killed a nigga, and this time everybody got pissed off. Like that's honestly, it's cookie cutter dry to me. Like I don't know. Like please, people in the comments, please let me know. Do you think this is a psyop? And a psyop is just a government staged operation to get people to feel a certain way. So please tell me, is that what you think this is, or do you think that they kind of just fucked up? Okay, it says, I feel you. This is why I was in the process of repatriating into the COVID-19 lockdown mess. I'm still waiting for the flight restrictions to be lifted. But now because of all this mess, I feel like I'm leaving my people behind. You have to. You have to leave people behind. It ain't meant for everybody, yo. Yo, the boat wasn't meant for everybody. Facts. No, hell no. No, it's not. So no, it's not a psyop, or no, it's not like I'm not really sure. Old head still waiting on Jesus. Yeah, they're still okay. Yeah, this is standard racist procedure. I believe that too. Shout out to you. That's how I feel exactly. Yeah, old head still waiting on Jesus. Oh, and when I say Jesus, I just mean a savior. Period. Like they waiting on Jesus, Muhammad. They waiting on Buddha. They waiting on Christ. Like they waiting on anybody. They waiting on Moses to part another sea. They're waiting on any and everybody else but themselves. They don't want to save themselves, though. They don't want to speak up and speak out for themselves. Like the least, like I feel like this. The least you can do is talk about what's going on. That is the least. If you're not the violent type, if you're not like about that life, I'm more of a orator than I am a soldier. Like I'm more of a teacher. I'm more of a information giver. I'm better at talking, so I stay in my lane. So if you know your lane and you know that you aren't war ready, then at least you can talk about it. Or if you're not going to be real and talk about it, then just shut the fuck up, period. And stop telling people how they should feel about what's going on. Because if you're too scared to be real to yourself and to the people around you, then just shut the hell up. Stop trying to take little details to argue about instead of talking about the broader theme of what's going on. Yosef says they always do psyops, but this is a message of war against black people. Correct. I feel the elders dropped the ball back in the days with that turn the other cheek mess. Now we have to fight our way out the motherfucker. Hey, I completely agree with that. I did a whole lecture called Integration Was a Mistake, and that's where I feel like we dropped the ball because we fought, we whined, we cried, we screamed our way out of slavery, and then we gave it all up. We gave up every single thing that we fought for comfortability, to feel like we were part of white society. Now, I'm not anti-white or anything like that. I am just pro my people not being oppressed. And I feel like we did not even give ourselves the time to build ourselves up. Like, yeah, we had Tulsa, we had Rosewood, and they burnt them down. We should have did 5 more and then started patrolling them bitches and say, do that shit again. Try that shit again. But no, we started trying to perm our hair. We started trying to dress like them. We started trying to talk like them. We tried to integrate with their women. We tried to assimilate into their society, and then we lost ourselves, and we still getting our ass kicked to this day. In my Deontay Wilder voice, to this day, we still getting fucked up. Still. Like, it's crazy to me. Anybody waiting on anything other than their own actions to stand up and make changes a fool? Correct. If they would have fought back in the days and gained some kind of respect, we wouldn't be in this predicament. That's correct. Yeah, facts. Consider that he was stopped in one spot and the officer walked him far away from the car to a specific spot that has specific numbers on the wall and garbage that are associated with BO, their names. I understand that, and I said that it is not far-fetched that, okay, I'm more inclined to believe, I'll put it this way, I'm more inclined to believe that the cop was paid to kill a black man that day. That I am more inclined to believe that than it's just like a super massive camera angle staged event. Like there's a certain pain that you can't fake. There is not an actor in this world who could cry like that and scream out for his mama. I'm gonna say a real personal story, and thanks for the sub. What Butterfly one? You a real one. Thank you for that. I'm gonna tell y'all a story that haunts me to this day, right? And this is like really the fuel. And I'm not happy that it happened to me, but I'm glad that it happened to me because it gives me strength every day to speak my mind. I was chased through a trailer park by these racist ass white people. I literally had a gun pulled in my face. I was chased around. They were calling me nigger, all types of shit. Finally, when the cops decided to come, they're laughing, and the cops were holding back a smirk, and I was 17 years old. And I always say this: if I got killed then, and this was like months, I put this on my life. I'm not trying to vicariously live through somebody else's tragedy. Months later, Trayvon Martin was killed, and ever since that day, I always feel like that could have been me. Literally, that could have been me. So when people try to say, like I always say, like if I had died that day, how would y'all have felt if somebody made a whole gematria video on about me dying? Like you wouldn't be mad at that? Like you wouldn't be like, who the fuck is this nigga to connect dots that ain't there? I just feel like that is very, very disrespectful to the dead. Like everything is not a conspiracy. Like I just don't believe that everything is a conspiracy. Like, could they say, yeah, I want you to go out and find somebody to kill them, and it needs to be right here? Yes, that's possible. But do I think that he could act that good? There's a certain pain, yo, because I cried out. And the reason why I brought that up is because when I was getting chased and I felt like I was like about to just give up, I cried out for my mama myself. And when I heard him scream for his mama, that was my 17-year-old self. That's why it's hard for me. That is why it's hard for me to accept that is a psyop, because if I had died that day, I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now, but it would be a nigga on the internet right now saying that I was a psyop kill and that I was a crisis actor. And instead of Trayvon Martin, it would have been one of them fucking drunk ass fucking losers in that trailer park instead of George Zimmerman. Man, I'm sorry. Like that I'm getting hot. Like, dude. Don't be talking that MLK stuff if I pass because of a racist person. Big facts. The death was real. That's how I feel. Exactly, King. I would want people to honor me and take revenge if it was murder. Facts. You went through the race that were racist neighborhoods in Stockton, California. Yeah, I was in Davison. Michigan. And actually, it was somebody in Davison right now. It was some white kid who made like a joke, who made like was talking shit on Twitter or some shit. like laughing about the fact that George died. Says, but the camera deliberately focused on the numbers that match their names. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, it doesn't matter what the case may be. They murdered Floyd, and there's no excuse. Totally unacceptable. And I totally agree. So happy to hear that I'm not alone. You made my day because people are not talking the correct language. They're not, man. They're not. Yeah, it is. Everybody got, man. This is, man. Mainstream media don't report local murders. If mainstream media report it, you should definitely question it. No, I am not doubting at all. I agree with that. I am not doubting that this wasn't used to incite a race war. But the opposite happened though. Like that's what I don't think people see. The opposite happened. People united. I didn't expect so many white people to be on the side of black people like this. I totally expected the opposite. I expected some tiki torch motherfuckers saying like this our chance to fuck some shit up. To fuck up more black people. That's what I thought. But everybody, the American people showed out. And I applaud them. I applaud everybody out there showing their patriotic spirit and showing them that we're not scared and we're not going to take it. Because truth be told, black people aren't the only people that are wrongfully killed by cops at all. And I just feel like there should be a reconfiguration of the system of hiring policemen. Because I am not anti-cops at all. Like, some niggas do deserve to be locked up. Some people are just criminal. So I'm not against policing, but I am against public executions. And because let's be real. Shooting now is our modern day lynching. No. I'm saying that. Obeys God. I'm saying that they were trying to incite a race war. That's what I believe that they were. That's why they're pushing it like that. I'm not saying you were saying that. I get that you're saying they want blacks to vote for Biden. Like, I get that. So it's not me either. They never been there like this before. Yeah, they haven't. They usually be like, "Oh, stop bitching. Oh, y'all shouldn't have did this. What about just following orders? Whoop de whoop whoop." Nah, they like fuck that. Like I seen this video. Hold on. Let me bring it up while I talk about it. I saw this video where this lady was showing all the cops shielding the murderer's house. Let me see if it pops up. What's that? What is? Let me see. It's so many, like, everybody's talking about this. So when you look for the videos, it's just a bunch of commentary shit. So you kind of got to weed through everything. So I appreciate y'all patience while I look this video up. Okay, since I can't find. Okay, maybe this shows that other angle. Let me play this video while I look for the other one. It says, hold on. Let me read y'all comments off before I play this. Like we say in the beginning, this is not about race for black people, but for white may think it is about race, but it's really not. It's just that we don't deserve to be murdered every day. Facts. Sometimes they use real events and spin the story to push an agenda, but they also be staging events and usually don't do a good job. That's facts. They're going to magically make all those pedophile cases go away when Biden gets in office. If Biden gets in office, yeah, I couldn't believe that. If that was California, they would have been shots rang out at the house with them there. Hey, they was trying to get in there. Hold on, yeah, let me find that. Let me see. Police shield officers house. Let me see if that pops up. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Good shit. The universe said, I got you, bro. Hold on. Here we go.
Look how many fucking people are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
That's like,
look at this shit.
That's how you use the Karen energy.
They're defending a murderer's house. They are defending a murderer's house.
That's that Karen energy used in the right way. I don't care what my son thinks. Let me replay that again.
Look how many fucking people are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house.
They had a fucking...
Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look.
So the crazy part about and it is even these type of sentiments are confusing because it is hard to and maybe I'm just speaking. Hold on. If it's martial law, ain't no election. That's facts. And president is going to be de facto. I mean, President Trump is going to stay the de facto president damn near indefinitely until martial law is over. And, you know, the war on drugs was called out in Bush era, and that shit ain't stopped yet. And they ain't said shit about it. And they keep updating the Patriot Act, too. So, shit, yeah, if they have martial law, that could be indefinitely. That should tell you it's war against black people because they was afraid of people retaliating. They knew they was wrong. Facts. Biggest, like, don't y'all see the power that the American people have, the citizens have? They got people scared. Even in riot gear, they still running. Like the mystique of law enforcement is damn near obsolete right now. Like they had to call in the National Guard and then the military. Like that is power. That is power, yo. Like that is power. If a black man murdered someone, they wouldn't guard their house. Man, niggas get knotted up for less. Like you, like they will beat your ass for a simple assault, yo. Like, and then they won't give you bail. Like you can't bail out. You could get into an argument with a friend in y'all front yard or y'all duke it out. and both niggas going to jail. They might even search the house, and then you getting pent up charges on you, and then they'll say you resisted arrest. But that man can literally choke a nigga to death, take days to get sentenced and arrested, and then you get bail. He got bail, $500,000, and like Rome Rott said, he only got to pay 10%. Dude. Exactly, King. They will almost kill for running. Not almost, they will kill your ass for running. They will kill you. Like let's say you walking right and they on some bullshit and they want you to stop and you like, bro, I got something in my pocket. Let me take it out. You might get 6 ones in you. You just may. And all they gonna say is, I fear for my life. But the nigga screaming and saying, you're choking me, I can't breathe, please. Like, and he feared for his life. He definitely feared for his life. But that don't matter though, because he dead now. Man. This shit is crazy. That's why I don't believe in a post-racial society at all, because it doesn't. When I say that, it might sound contradictory at first, but let me explain myself. When I say this, it does not matter how many so-called good white people there are if the majority is racist and the system is racist. It is a fantastic image of seeing people united. But until the racist system gets broken down completely, this will happen again. And white people have to accept that in order to change, their fictionalized pedestal has to be broken down, and they got to step down to reality. Because let's be real, a lot of white people, even the white privilege deniers, they know that they have the privilege. They know what white privilege is. And when you piss them off, they'll throw it in your face. Like, y'all know all those cases where those white people were saying, like, oh, I'm going to call the cops and say you did this. Like that white lady with the dog, or like, it was some guy said that 3 black men did something. I don't know. It's so much racist shit going on that the fucking stories jumble. But it was like a string of white people saying, oh, I'm going to say black people did this to get niggas in trouble. Like, they know the fucking circumstances of America. Obey's God says every decade there has been police brutality and murders on blacks and were followed by protests which led to riots. What is this current decade going to do different to stop them? The difference, the difference, and people in the chat, if y'all want to answer this question in y'all way, please feel free to. I think the difference is that people are far more educated with the shadow government element of everything. And I think a cherry just got popped that will spill over, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think that this will die down anytime soon. Like, I understand the concept because niggas love to bust that freedom nut where they get enraged, where they break a couple things and then they calm down and get lulled back to sleep. But it just feels different. This situation just feels different. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that way, but it's a different kind of anger happening right now. It's not the, oh, I want to be on social media today and I want to pretend like I care. I don't feel that with this one. I felt that with all the other ones. Even the Armad, like even that, because they had a stupid hashtag of jogging, like that was really going to do something. Like that was really just revolutionary or something. Like, I feel like that was a spit in that man's face, on that young man's face, that y'all wanted to jog. Like, that's crazy. It says, White people act like we owe them something as far as the person I was arguing with today. Yo, I'll say this much. Because we were lied to about why slavery ended. We were told that, oh, Abraham Lincoln just said, oh, I'm tired of us enslaving you and making these billions of dollars off of you. So now you're free. Have a good day, nigga. Like, no, we fall out of our chains. And so we believe the lie and they believe the lie. So it's still like from religion to psychology to science to spirituality to economics. They are always put in the fantasy box of we are better. Even though the game is rigged, even though there's every single reason why black people are failing, in their head, it is we worked hard, we're better, we're white. They live in that illusion and they don't want to get rid of that illusion. Like they always say, oh, our grandparents pulled the bootstraps. No, nigga, your grandparents had a slave make the boot, get the materials to make the boot, put the boot together, sized it to your foot, put it on your feet, laced it up for you, and probably patted him on the ass as he walked out. Like, y'all did not tie y'all bootstraps. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't. Y'all didn't. Y'all stood on the backs of our ancestors, and y'all are still wiping the mud from those same boots that y'all swear that y'all strapped up on our backs now. Like, yeah, like, man. Says, me personally, I feel fight until they gain some kind of respect from our open enemy so they don't just be going around murdering men, women, and children. Yes, because I'm not sure what age group you are in, but I am 27. And from the time Trayvon Martin died, which is I was 17, until now, I've seen nothing but murder of black men, women, and children consecutively. That's what the last 10 years of my life, I've continuously seen people get murdered. That's crazy. That's intense. That's a lot of trauma. That is a lot of trauma stacked up upon trauma. Like, that's not nothing to play with. That's real deal fucking psychological warfare. Only thing different is smartphones, which make people more aware of it. The deep state needs to be brought down, and that's going to require revolution. I definitely agree. But I always say, well, no, not always say, but I'm always going to be saying from now on that it starts spiritually first. Once we heal spiritually, it'll manifest into the physical. And until we are spiritually free, we will never be physically free because we will always, it's like that shadow pain. I don't know if y'all heard of that. When somebody loses a limb, they still feel the sensation of having, like, let's say my arm got chopped off right here, right? Shadow pain is the sensation that this is still here, but it's not. And people have shadow pain of chains from their consciousness. Like when you break the consciousness chain, then people are like, they don't know what to do. Like they need a God. They need somebody to look up to. They need somebody to save them. And without that, all they do is just slip back into the old stuff. Like I said, that shadow pain. Because if we stop putting pressure on them, they will continue to murder our people. We either fight until we win or we find a way to get all our people out of this country. Facts. I feel like it won't be everybody. Because I personally feel like everybody does not feel like we are. Hold on, let me switch that. I feel like people are complacent to our way of life. They are okay with crying. They are okay with protesting. They are okay with marching and then getting over it. They are okay with separating the family with governmental programs. They are okay with gentrification. They're okay with eugenics, birth control, poison in our food. A lot of Black people don't think there's a problem with life the way it is. So I don't think it. I think it's just like-minded people have to have enough courage to group together and build a society either outside the wicked system or build within the wicked system together. That's what I feel. And exactly, and I'm 10 years older and it's been the same, but since you were 17, it's been heightened. Yeah, for sure. Like it was almost like the 50s and 60s, like somebody did a fucking time machine magic thing or some shit. I don't believe in fictitious imaginary characters. I believe in my ancestors. Facts. Yeah, the old heads, not us. Facts. I agree with you, King. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I don't just be running my mouth like I'll be honest with y'all. In high school, I was a cool ass, self-hating ass nigga. Like I wanted to be white because I felt like that would protect me. I let my white friends call me nigga. I let shit slide. I try to be as non-threatening as possible. But me being chased and called nigger through that trailer park changed my whole perception on life. It woke me the fuck up. Mind you, I was getting into the conspiracy theories and learning all that kind of stuff, but all that shit happened at the same time. But honestly, I was a cool ass nigga when I was a teenager. It was horrible. And I look at myself like, God damn, dude. Like if I like my future myself now, if I would have saw that nigga, my old self, I would have been ashamed because I was literally the opposite of what a Black man should be because I was trying to be something I could never be. And it took me going through those situations and fighting white people for calling me nigger and almost going to jail for it and all that to learn that no matter how cool you are with white people, at the end of the day, they will remind you that you are a nigger. They will make sure you know that you are a nigger with the hard ER. No matter how comfortable you get, no matter how nice they seem, they will let you know when it comes down to it that you are a nigger. And I don't care what nobody say because I've lived through it and I've seen it. It was when Obama got in office. That's when I really hit the fan. Yeah, it did, for real. And then he put protections. Then he put protections for the racist shit. Because 100 Wild King, you really came a long way. Thanks so much to our ancestors because you're an intelligent, strong king. Facts. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I do, like I said, Marcus Garvey is guiding me. I'm trying to tell you. I really feel like I'm Marcus Garvey. Like I'll be trying to channel him when I'm talking. I promise that. I'm still waiting to hear the current generation's plan. What will you do different? Because the response we're seeing today, we've been there and done that already. I agree with that, but I don't agree with that because y'all weren't talking as openly. And I'm not saying specifically you, because I know how you go hard body, but y'all generation as a whole was more scared. It was more coon like activity going on with y'all generation. It was more backbiting. It was more lying. It was more everything. I feel like the difference between what we're doing now than what y'all did is that we are putting action behind our words, and there is more accountability. I feel like we have more accountability than the prior generation. And what I mean by that is we check, like there's no reason why Farrakhan should not have risen to power. Period. He got Malcolm killed. The Nation of Islam should have been torn down, period, after that, because Malcolm X was our premier leader. And even through Islam, he knew that we had to separate. And the best way that white people could help us was to stand with us and not in our way. And they killed that man. And he's still sitting here in our faces right now as a government agent. And he's still getting paid. And that's the difference. We be on Polite's head. We be on Nature Boy's head. We be on what's that that big nigga that give big niggas a bad name? What's his name? The nigga who was sprinkling Applebee's cards. Dang, what is his name? Oh, Umar Johnson. We on Umar Johnson's head. Like we're not being quiet because their image. Like if we see them frauding, if we see them not being even frauder, even Yada, even we're on Yada's head too. We stick it to them because we see the snakes in the grass and we pick them out. We don't just be like, well, they're black and we don't want to seem like it's black on black. No, we're not scared of draining our swamp. And it starts with us. Like we know that the black, okay. Like I always hear the older generation say, oh, y'all doing drugs. Oh, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. But it's like y'all forget that y'all raised us. Y'all forget that the inaction of y'all generation, the fact that y'all were the ones that was on crack cocaine, y'all were the ones that were doing the gang shit and killing each other and all that. That was y'all. Y'all forget that. And I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying y'all generation act like y'all weren't the ones doing it. Like y'all did that. The 80s was y'all era. I'm glad you said the 80s. The 80s was y'all era to shine. And y'all did nothing but self-destruct. And then we got the mess, and then we're told that we're the reason why our shit is fucked up. You said, oh, you're only vocal because of social media. Things were different in the 80s. We didn't have internet or smartphones. Y'all didn't have internet or smartphones, but y'all did have avenues, though. Y'all did have platforms. Y'all just decided to fall for all the traps. Like, okay, the CIA brought in cocaine to the black neighborhoods, but y'all didn't have to smoke it. Y'all didn't have to. Y'all brought in the graffiti culture. Y'all brought in the gang mentality. It was y'all that turned the Bloods and Crips from protecting their neighborhoods to killing everybody in the neighborhood and selling the drugs. We weren't even born yet. Like I say, we get the after effect of the shit that y'all did. And I don't feel like I always feel like it's unfair when the older generation blame us for the situation that we're in because we're cleaning up y'all mess. Because you got to remember, see, this is the crazy part about it, right? In the 60s, it was what? Black power, afros, wop-de wop wop. So y'all had 20 years after that to make a utopia, but y'all didn't. And I was born in the 90s, and it's only 2020. And look at the progression of consciousness from the 90s till now. And we're still cleaning up the residual mess. So I always feel like it's not fair for the older generation to blame us for this shit. Like, y'all should have, because if that's the case, why didn't y'all tear the system down? Hold on, would it be y'all parents when JFK died? Why didn't shit get turned upside down then? When they was cracking niggas' heads The 80s was already over for black people. Yeah, that's facts. Hold on, let me I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna answer that because I really like that y'all are engaging. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Malcolm X and Garvey, facts. Trickery, that's what they was using on the elders. We don't go for bullshit. We know when we hear bullshit. Facts. When we see injustice, I think we should step up then, not after someone dies. That is correct. That is one of the byproducts of the social media era that we wanted on film, but we're not willing to do anything about it. I agree. The people should have pushed up on police when they see them on some BS, film it, and call the homies for support. Facts. Yep, I agree. CIA put a stop to Malcolm X because he was about that action. Malcolm believed in the now. He didn't wait for others to help. He bust moves. Facts. And I already rebutted that. And let me correct. It wasn't the 80s. It was the 60s. It's just not true. The 80s didn't bring the drugs, and nobody blames your generation. Each generation faces the same cabal. They use different tactics of control. But okay, let's okay. I'll put it this way, right? Africa Bambaataa, right? He was, I'll say allegedly, but we all know the stories and we know it's true. He was a pedophile from the jump, and he was playing with little boys from the jump, and the niggas around him and the niggas in the industry and all the people who are pushing those drug songs and doing what they do, they have to take the blame for that. They can't just slide and say, like for instance, even us now, right? Our generation are just now saying we don't want the homosexual imagery. We don't want the demonic imagery, whoopty wop wop. But even still, our parents grew up with, like, I love Bone Thugs and Harmony, but that shit was nothing but satanic music. I literally grew up on DMX and Bone Thugs and Harmony with Prince and Michael Jackson. Those are like the big four in my life, right? Like, all right. Oh my God, that is perfect. See, the ancestors are speaking through me right now. Let's look at those four groups. Very angry, very demonic, very dark themes, yada, yada, yada. And then you got to look at Prince and Michael Jackson. Beautiful singers, right? Voice of the angels, but they were very metrosexual. They were very flamboyant. And look at the generation after that. Look at how our music is now. It's either demonic or it's fruity. Like, let's just be real. That's the aesthetic. You're either super demonic or you're fruity. The first drug raps were in the 80s. Gangster rap. We got to give credit where credit's due. Ice Cube and them, first gangster rap musicians. That was all y'all. Y'all didn't have to buy those albums. Y'all did not have to propel them the way that y'all did. Y'all chose to do that. And then I still say that we are the byproduct. Yes, the cabal pulls strings. Yes, on all that. But like I always say, just because there's a trap, that don't mean you have to fall for it. And I still feel like the older generation does not take responsibility for what they did. And the things that we aren't stopping, anything that my generation does not stop, the next generation has the right to say, y'all failed at this. Like, I don't know. Nah, because what about that one song? Something about dang, how does that go? Something about standing on the edge or some shit like that. Anyways, rap has been very dark. Like okay, I'll put it this way, right? I think Will Smith is the 90s, or he might be late 80s. I don't know. But I was watching a video, and I'm going to be doing another video on adrenochrome, so look out for that, and I'm going to have guests with me. But he had pedophile symbols in his very first video. Parents just don't understand. I'm giving away what was going to be in my presentation, but when y'all have a chance, please go look at Will Smith's Parents Just Don't Understand, and you will see the boy lover triangle all throughout that motherfucker. Like that, like it was y'all, and it's not our fault. It's like what were y'all focused? Okay, let me ask this for anybody in that age bracket: what were y'all doing to stop the powers that be during that time? In y'all late 20s, I say from 20 to 30 years old, what were y'all actively doing to make change? Because all I know I know in the 60s it was Black Power, 70s it was free love, and that's drugs, fucking, and all that stuff. And then the 80s was super drugs and super demonic shit. The 90s was all about womanizing, and then the 2000s was about braggadocio and stunting on niggas. And now in 2010s it was drug users, and now 2020s is all about being flamboyant. So what were y'all doing in the 80s around that time to do anything against the evil cabal? Like I'm not understanding. Like who were the speakers of the 80s? Who were the political black leaders? What was it? Jesse Jackson, the man who stepped to the side to let Martin Luther King die? Like what? I don't. Please let me know, because it's not really a debate. Bottom line is, if they wouldn't have had MLK and integration and being scared of white people, we would have already had some kind of respect. Because I know that when we were segregated, our schools was doing better. Our livelihood was better than the average white person, and we just gave it all up. And I honestly blame that generation. I blame the civil rights generation more than I blame our parents, because they're the ones that did it. It was the civil rights era that fucked it up. I'm sorry. They marched us. What did MLK say? I marched my people to a burning house. That pretty much sums up that whole generation. They literally marched our freedoms away, marched our success away. So I blame them more than I blame our parents' generation. White people don't give any power to black people, saying Malcolm X facto. Shit, these crazy ass youngsters are buying into shit that's worse than the old stuff. I mean, we drinking liquid crack right now. So yeah, each generation inherits bullshit from the previous. Each generation faces the same hidden powers that be. Please realize the rappers don't produce their own videos. I've been doing the same thing. I've been doing all my adult life, which is trying to inform people who won't listen. Even this generation is with closed minds. Yes and no. I think that there is more woke-minded people than previously, and we are starting to all see that it won't be all black people. And I think that is a big difference too, that we realize that it's not going to be all black people that rise, because we realize that a lot of black people don't see a problem with the way life is. And it says, and we didn't have anyone, my G, I just said by the 80s, it was no hope for me or anyone else. Facts, I don't blame, but I believe they was just cowards. What's good, Richard? What's happening? So, like I said, they dropped the ball on the revolution tip, and now we are in this situation where we still getting our heads beat in, we still getting our necks stepped on, and we're still here. But like I said, tomorrow it might be a whole new shebang. I don't know. I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I don't know if things will die down. I don't know if it'll get worse. I don't know if there will be new laws. I don't know. You said just came from the Fort Wayne protest. Ate some tear gas. So what is it? You can't expect your open enemy to stop murdering you if you never fight back. That's facts. Big facts. I already said it. I said it in the beginning that all black people aren't going to be that. Like, all black people aren't going to want independence from the system, so we have to separate from that. We have to separate and build on our own first, and then we worry about everybody else. It's like a bully in school. Facts. You got to cut okay. There has to be a victim to victimize. I'm about to put that back up. It's like a bully in high school. You're without a bully is powerless if there's no victim. So remove yourself from the situation. You're not going to keep trying to like let's say black people is your son, right? And racist white people is the neighborhood bully. Would you tell your son to keep being friends with the bully? Oh, he hit you because of this, so don't do that no more. See if he don't hit you again. Oh, he hit you for this? Oh, don't do that no more. See if, you would not tell your kid that. You would tell him two things. Stop fucking with him or go beat his ass. Or do both. Fuck him up and stop fucking with him. Why I don't understand. That's like clear as day to me. And it's not, and I don't care what nobody say. I feel like segregation is not racist. I feel like that is preservation of self. It is clear that all white people do not want to live amongst black people, and all black people do not want to live amongst white people. So why not let the people who don't feel comfortable and don't mix with each other to separate? It doesn't even have to be a big deal. I don't understand why that is I went to college for a little bit. I studied psychology and public speaking. But I didn't graduate. So I'm just a nigga. In YP words, I'm just a nigga on the internet. But how can I think of that? It's not that hard. It's just rubbing brain cells together. The white people who aren't racist should have no problems with blacks wanting to separate and get their shit together. There is a lot of psychological trauma from slavery up until now that we have not fixed yet. We haven't even began to fix. So why is it not okay? Once again, I'll bring up the bully situation. We just keep getting our ass whooping. We finally say, enough is enough. I'm not fucking with y'all no more. I'm not coming over here. That is like the kid healing and then the bully walking over there and say, you got to play with me. You're wrong. You're a bully for not wanting to play with me. You're a bully for not wanting to let me bully you. You're the problem. You're the racist. because I can't do what I want to do to you. Now you're the racist. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Like, just because somebody wants to heal themselves and do them, that don't make them anti you. That means that they're just pro them. The most racist skinhead, I want to know that you don't like me so I can stay the fuck away from you. You don't have to hide behind symbols. I would rather you just say, I don't fuck with niggers. Let me know so I don't have to fuck you up while we interact. Like, let it be known that you don't like me so I can choose whether I want to deal with you or not. Like, I don't see the tissue about that. I just don't. You're right, King. That's why I'm in the process of repatriating now. I plan on creating employment opportunities and build sustainable communities, then get into manufacturing and product development. Yo, that is so dope. And let's link up and talk about that, because I want to travel and do some shows and teach the people and do networking events. And I think that would be a great build to have. So please send me your email in some way or form, or actually hit me up on IG at @the_real_Studio2Groovy, and we can chop it up, because that's so fire to me. Revolution is the only appropriate response. Otherwise, you'll be blamed by the next generation. I kept telling my generation the same, and every generation since. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. A lot of it is our fault, is because we're hard-headed and we don't want to listen, and we're either too scared or we're comfortable. I definitely agree with that. Richard says, I see white and black people work together and do business together all the time, not arguing, just saying. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are some black and white people that get along just fine, but there are always going to be racial undertones. And that is something that we have to accept and stop ignoring and pretending that they don't exist. Yes, I'm about to right now, Yosef. I got you. And anybody else who would like to link up on some live shit, please let me know, because after this coronavirus stuff is over, I'm ready to take this platform to the next step. I'm ready to travel. I want to teach. I want to build with the people. I want to get it popping. So anybody feel free to hit me up. Okay, but yeah, I agree that if people do get along who want to get along, but we cannot ignore the fact that a lot of white people don't like black people, period. They just don't. And I feel like that's okay. Like, you don't have to like me at all. And I feel a certain percentage, maybe 3%, that there are race agitators amongst black people. There are black people who try to force themselves in situations that they are not wanted nor needed. And I feel like that we have to stop that, because I would be irritated if somebody was continuously trying to fuck with me that I didn't like. And when I finally swing on them or fuck them up, now they want to play victim. A lot of black people do that. Like, we cannot ignore that we don't start shit sometimes. Simply trying to force our will. We can't force our will on people and then get mad when they force their will back too. So we have to acknowledge that some black people start shit with racist white people. But and once I gain enough wealth, I'll come back with a blueprint to implement for my youth that wants to get out, and then just wash and repeat, because all them programs are not helping the youth. That's big facts. We really need to build businesses that the younger generation can fucking have right off bat, so they don't have to work for nobody else, so they can work for us. We FUBU in this bitch. For real, for real. It says, so can white people be part of your revolution? Any person who is for righteousness can be part of elevating the consciousness of the planet. You weren't in here earlier, but I praised all of the white people who are standing up for black people right now. I praised all the races coming together for once in doing the exact opposite that I feel the media thought. I feel like they thought that they were going to start a race war, and I feel like we all showed them that no, at the end of the day, we are Americans and we're patriots. You weren't here yet, and you can, when you double back to the video, you'll be able to hear that. But yeah, I wholeheartedly believe that if a righteous white person wants to build with righteous black people, they have every right to. Oh yeah, I did that. Let me see. I don't trust them, period. Like you said earlier, it's been too much trauma. And that's an L they gotta eat, yo. I can't, I'm not a racist apologist. Like I got kicked, I got banned, I got put in Facebook jail for a whole day because I made a comment about racist apologists, and they kicked me off of Facebook. I don't make excuses for racism, period. I don't need to see 300 fucking angles of a cop beating a black dude's ass or shooting a black dude. Like, I don't need that. I don't need a fucking, if I see a skinhead tattoo on somebody and they're spitting racial slurs, or if I see a white woman say, oh, I'm going to say that a black person raped me or a black person did this. Like, I don't need all, it's not a, that's all the evidence I need. Like, I'm not caping for no racist. Like, that's not what I do. Yes, exactly, King. Economic Eddie is key, and I have some knowledge on how to make the most, just need a small team. Yo, we definitely gonna build because I want part of all of that. We must know our common enemy is the federal government. Whites and blacks have the same common enemy. The ones who run this world in the media, I promise, they help keep racism alive. I 100% agree. A lot of shit is race baiting. A lot of shit is used to perpetuate the racial divide. But I have to say this, Richard, if white people didn't do the racist shit, they would not have fuel. Like, can we acknowledge that if there was not racist shit going on, that they would have nothing to push? And if the majority of white people were not racist and they showed a false flag or a psyop, that would be easier to see. But because y'all do, not you in particularly, but the majority or a vast amount, a big enough amount of white people are racist, it's hard to say, oh, this is just fake. Because not only do I see it on the news all the time, but I hear stories from my grandparent on down, and then I live actual situations. So it's like there has to be some type of acknowledgement. Like, I understand it's a hard situation when you're white and you're for equality and you honestly, true to yourself, aren't racist. Like, I understand that is a hard predicament, but if you are going to link up with black people, you have to understand that the trauma for us is real. And the trauma is something that we cannot forget and put to the side just because you're a good person. Because like I always say, out of 100 white people, if only 10 are not racist, a nigga getting his ass beat. Period. Out of 100 white people, if 10 are not racist, a nigga is still getting his ass beat. Africa has the economic power and values alone. We can grow generational wealth fast, unlike here in America. Facts. Honestly, I don't really know about the Africa thing because Africa, there's a lot of Christians in Africa too. And when the Christ consciousness is boxed up, because that's what the cross is, it's a mentality. It's a mentality. So I'm not really sure about the Africa thing. I think that we can do it here. I don't think we have to go to Africa. I want to go to Africa, and if they ever said, yo, African Americans, if you want citizenship here and we'll hook you up with a job and a stipend, whoop-de-whoop, I'm going. But until they actually do that, I feel, and I got ancestors here. Like I have native in my blood, so this is my land. So yeah, I feel like we can still do it here. Richard says, you see why they show you that black men getting beat up using the media? They do it on purpose. Double-edged sword, two wrongs. But it doesn't take the media for me to. Okay, I want to say this, and I always say this. The media is not making the racist white person follow me around in the store. The media is not making a cop grab his gun as he approaches my car for driving through the Burger King parking lot instead of stopping at the traffic light. The media is not making him do that. That is his conscious choice. The media did not make the white boy drive in his car and scream out niggers as me and my friends were playing basketball. The deep state had nothing to do with that. That was in their heart to do. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. It's trying to take responsibility out from under the people who are actually perpetuating the racism. And I don't think that's fair to the victims of racism because they are doing it. Exactly. I don't want to keep seeing my people murdered. That's psychological trauma that runs deep. Facts. I can acknowledge that, but the problem is I'm calling out that the stuff they show you is staged. That's a horse of a different color. But I don't believe that all the stuff is staged, though. It's hard for me to believe that. Yes, I get the trauma. Okay. Let's stop playing around on this one. If there was any truly righteous people other than black people, they would have been fighting for us and alongside us a long time ago. So quit playing. I will say this, and I had to correct myself too. That's why I'm saying this. There has been righteous white people in history, but the consciousness of the whole matters. It's not the anomaly. Like, there is not enough. There is not enough non-racist white people for it to matter. The non-racist white people, even to this day, are the minority. Period. You got bitches like Tommy Lauren talking cash shit about black people on a daily fucking basis, yo. And millions of people are cheering her on. Millions of people. So it's the minority. That is y'all minority. Just like I can admit that maybe conscious black people are a minority. That could be true. Maybe we are the minority in our race. We are the ascended ones from the sleep ones. That's fair. That's fair to say. But the difference is that we more often not acknowledge it. It's not a like black people don't get to say, yeah, there's drug dealers, but not all of us are drug dealers. So you can't say that all black people are drug dealers, because when I'm walking down the street with a hoodie, that's not gonna me being a nerd who reads books and like anime. They don't give a fuck because all they see is a potential drug dealer. So why is it not fair for me to assume that y'all are racist until I know otherwise? Why is it not okay for me to assume that you feel like I'm a drug dealer or you feel like I'm a threat? Unless I'm shucking and jiving, unless I'm shifty and looking down and not looking at your face, and I'm trying to make myself small, or I'm smiling extra hard and I code and instead of, because I talk proper, of course, but like y'all don't, I don't think a lot of white people understand the black experience, especially of a black man. We have to literally change how we speak to make sure that y'all don't think we're a threat. Like, that is a big thing. Like, that is a big psychological thing. And whether you care how we talk or dress or not, we have to make sure that you don't feel uncomfortable. Like, do you know how stressful that is? Like, we have to walk a certain way in public. We have to walk a certain way in a business setting so we don't look like we're a threat or we're here to cause trouble. And then on the flip side, as we're doing this, as we're trying to assimilate and make sure that y'all aren't scared of us, then we got our own black people equating intelligence with being white. We have our own black people saying, oh, you're a sellout. Oh, you're a coon. Oh, you're this or you're that when you try to succeed. So we are constantly in an oscillating field of negativity, and we have no way out. Like, and then me saying this, right? Me saying this, an average white person would say, you're just making excuses. Oh, you're boo-hooing. Oh, that's all black people do is act like they're victims. Oh, they have victim mentality. Y'all would write us off like that. And it's not just on the internet. I've literally had conversations with people who write that off. And it's like, y'all don't understand how hard it is to be a black man, period. I don't think white people appreciate how hard it is. I don't think black women appreciate how hard it is. I don't think anybody on this planet actually understands. I don't even think a fucking African man from Africa understands how hard it is to live life as an African American man. I just don't. I don't see it. Like, it is crazy. I'm sorry. My ancestors was talking to me. My bad. I went on a tangent. But let me read the comments. Obeys God says the cabal has a strong hold on Africa too. There are iron grips on the planet. I agree, because all those child sex, sex trafficking, companies and all that shit is deep in Africa, and the blood diamonds and all that. Yeah, I agree. We can get the money going faster over there and come back with millions. You're not getting millions here. You will have no support. That's a fact. I don't really remember what you were agreeing to, but I appreciate that. But I feel you. I just know economics and how the beast isn't going to let a normal black guy from the hood get millions right here next to him. Just look at the way at what's going on now. It's only a matter of going to get it. That's facts. Okay, so he said, okay, just some of it is then. Laugh out loud. Yeah, for real. 10 in history, but maybe a lot of righteous, but they are scared too. That's fair. That's fair to say. They could be scared. It's scary going up against ideology, for sure. Because not only does a white person have to acknowledge what their people are doing, but it is a scary thing to say, maybe I'm not the perfection that I am led to believe that I am. And then after you get through that, then it's, this person looks like me. This is my brother. Genetically, this is my brother. And now I have to fight against him Like that is a big ass thing to do. I am not downplaying that at all. Is it no, we are king? You're correct on that one. It says yes, if it goes through their media, it means they want you to see it. So yes, racism exists, and I fight against it. Some of those shows you see are also staged and put there on purpose. I agree. And hey, Richard, don't get it twisted. When I hit the pavement, I for sure want you to be involved because I know what the movement you're trying to do, and I see the good that you're trying to do. So don't think that I think that you're an enemy or anything. I know that you're a good person. I know what you're trying to do. So don't think that like I don't see and I don't know a good person, when I see him. I'm not saying that they are all racist. I'm saying righteous. Facts. They want us divided. I won't be a dead horse. I get your points. Mine are very relevant. Is all. Absolutely, I feel everything you're saying. After that argument today, I'm done trying to explain to anyone. They know exactly what their ancestors have done. Fact, just like we know. So really, it ain't no talking. They have to actually show proof. That's facts. Let me see. They have all the power and money. Give our shit back if you're righteous. Stop benefiting from slavery. I thought so. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing I was talking about earlier. That can a white person do that? Like my uncle, who was in the building, was telling me before, like, would you give up your privilege? Like, could you give up that seat knowing that you won't get it back? Would you? I don't know. But our people aren't like that, so I think the circumstances will be different, but I don't know if I could give up absolute power. I don't know. I do understand I grew up in black neighborhoods, worked around and hung around many. Plus, you explained it well, so I understand. I appreciate that. Evolution, then revolution, the only solution. I like that. I want that on a shirt. Excuse me, Richard. Fact is, according to history, white people been on our neck since we encountered Christopher Columbus, and you ain't black. So how would you know? That's a fair question. It's hard to fight your own. I agree, but righteous is righteous. Revolution aren't peaceful, not until there is equality and justice. Like, I'll say this too. What the hell? I'll say this for sure. Black people have to stop being afraid of. Okay, black people have to stop being afraid of the hood niggas that's terrorizing their neighborhood, and white people have to stop being afraid to check the racism, the racist white people and the racist cops. We have to stop saying, "Man, that's fucked up. Man, that shouldn't happen," and we need to start acting on it. Even me. If I see some fuck shit, I am going to do my hardest to say, nigga, what is you doing? Like chill, like stop. Because we can keep arguing back and forth about what each race is doing and not doing, or why we should be kumbaya, why we shouldn't, all that stuff. But if the negative energy isn't dissipated, we will still have this divide, whether we're trying to be positive together or apart or not. Like it's not going to matter. Wait, okay. I remember hearing about an old white lady left her house and wealth to a black woman before she died, but that's only one story I've heard. Yep, I agree. We have to stop being scared. That's facts. Richard says, I have people that are black that I consider family. You think I've never had these conversations? Living and working with people gives you the experience. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on the person being talked to, too. It's good that Richard says, I don't need to be black to know, bro. Okay, so let me ask you this, Richard. And I think I know the answer because I think I know your character. If somebody was being racist towards me, what would your response be? Like realistically, how would that scenario play out? let's say I'm walking with you and then you stop to do something and I'm still walking and somebody asks me, what are you doing in this neighborhood, nigga? You're in the wrong spot. What are you doing? What is your response to that? Realistically. Like, what do you do? But hold on. But how can you love and work with other people if other people are murdering your people every day? That's a good question. You said I would have your back for sure. But what is, like, specifically, what is having my back though? Because think about it. Think about it. Let's say it's three racist white people, and it's me and you, right? And you say, leave him alone. That's my friend. Leave him alone. Like, what are you doing? And they say, you race traitor, I'll fuck you up. What are you going to do? And you live in that neighborhood. I don't. So you'll see them again, whether we fight them or not. They may never see me again, but they're for sure going to see you. What are you going to do? Because I'm asking you this because those are the situations that show and prove what you are, like, how righteous are you really? Like, are you like? I respect that answer. I'm gonna stick up for you. Fuck them. This isn't even a question for me. I respect that. I respect that.
Suck my dick. Tell him I said that.
No.
I'm talking about all these people on this planet.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
I said all these people on this planet can suck my dick.
Yosef says, let's say if your whole family got tortured and hung from trees, would you trust the people's grandchildren that did do that shit to you? Answer please, just curious. What I think what Yosef is trying to say is righteous white people are asking, okay, hold on, let me. Yosef says big uncle ain't no punk. Facts. Richard says I'm a stand-up guy. I'm Daily Dose of Gematria. Nice to meet you. Okay. What Yosef is saying is, like, y'all, like, righteous white people are asking us to ignore history and ignore the backstabbing and ignore the hurt that either people in their family have done in the past or their race as a whole has done in the past. And I don't think that there is enough healing that has happened. Like, there are still people who okay, how can we heal and get over slavery if we're being told constantly to get over it? I'll put it that way. Y'all, and I'm saying as a whole, not you personally, or the people that you know, y'all aren't even giving us the respect to accept. Y'all aren't giving us enough respect to accept the role that y'all played in our detriment. I see why you don't. Yes, I would, because we're in a different generation. Each person has a different opportunity to show who they are. Fuck my great 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 grandpa if he has slaves. Thanks for that. I'm also saying that I'm not racist towards anyone. I also give a man or woman respect on first meet, but if you throw a red flag, then I'm smashing. I feel that. It's kind of a give or take. It's kind of a roll of the dice, because I know that black people probably are racist towards, not racist, but have prejudices against white people, and probably will jump a white person if he in the wrong neighborhood. I can't ignore that, but I also can't ignore that I've been chased by white people and Mexicans and niggas too, honestly. Hold on. Okay. And how could we even start to get over the trauma if we are still being murdered every day? Answer that, please. Or am I tripping? Yo, for real though. For real, man. I feel personally it's an uphill battle for the healing between white and black people. But tonight was a good start. It says, no shots at you, Richard, but you can't possibly understand being black, especially when it comes to dealing with cops. Fuck racism. I'm talking about white supremacy. Yeah, that's a whole different ball game. And you said you can answer that. Please do. Please do. But as far as race relations go, while y'all type y'all answers, I really feel like we took a giant leap today, like tonight. I really applaud everybody who showed their patriotic energy and their togetherness tonight. Like that's what I'm talking about. All that talking shit and people was believing that we were just busting our gums. We showed that we aren't weak. We are still the strong American people that we claim we are. Now, let's say we dismantle the cabal. Let's say that we win. Then we have to, hold on. I done stopped my people from jumping someone and my own people fought me. So it ain't just one-sided, but we are facing our own situation right now. That's facts. And I feel like we should be given that chance, especially like I was saying, if the cabal fall, can we be left alone to our own devices until we get ourselves right? I think that's fair. Historically speaking, we've never been able to be just left alone to our own devices, talking about African American people. So I always say, give us a chance to fail or succeed without interference. Like, we should be the masters of our own destiny. If it is meant for us to fall, then we will. But if we are meant to prosper, we should be given a chance to. I read people very well and learned street smarts 30 years ago. I learned from the best, bro. Fort Wayne, Indiana has a large black community. So yes, I do understand. Sorry you don't believe me. It's all good. And yeah, for real though, like we should. Well, okay, I'll say this, Richard, if you feel like you are for the people and you aren't racist, then hold on. Then that's you. That shit, I can't argue with you. You have not. I did hear something that I didn't like, but I'm gonna keep that between us. But for the most part, you have shown that you are just a genuine good person, and you just want to dismantle the deep state. So I'm all for it. I'm rocking with you. It's whatever. But I ain't heard no lies in the chat. Jalen ain't said not one lie. I'm sorry. Jalen and Tyler Bros ain't said not one lie. Yosef ain't said not one lie. But I rocks with you personally because I have had conversations and we rock with each other. So I rock with you. But you know, deep in your heart, that ain't going to happen. America is a fixed corporation. Yeah, that's why we gotta separate, and we have to say, "Fuck they rules." My uncle believes that we should just tear this. I say, hypothetically speaking, but he's not hypothetically saying shit. But I'm hypothetically speaking to turn this, just burn this whole motherfucker down. Period.
I'm not talking about violence as far as burning the physical structure down. I'm saying burn this system down to the ground, from the Constitution and the government, remove them people from power, start over. We all come collectively, have a convention, decide what laws, what things we're going to follow at collectively as a country, and make it part of our system, and get rid of all these bureaucrats who've been in there, career politicians who in it for the money, get lobbyists to help them decide policies. We need to stop all that crap, or it's going to be the next generation going to be crying and blaming y'all for the same thing that y'all blame us for, which is a system that ain't going to change, and it's going to keep on using race against each other. They're going to use money. They're going to use power. They're going to use your medical conditions, all that. They're going to use everything in their arsenal against us to divide us. They've been doing it for generation after generation. And we keep letting them do it.
Hey. Yes, Uncle, tear down the federal government and 90% of the world's problems disappear. I do not disagree with that at all, but I still feel like, hold on. I agree with Big Uncle and just rebuild it back without racism and discrimination. Fact though, we need to end the system. Much respect to Big Uncle. Yeah, I mean, I hear this every week. I get a daily dose of some righteousness being said. So, he said I said that same thing earlier today. Yeah, I mean, dismantling the system is the ultimate goal for sure, and without the racial instigating, there can be healing, and there can be. Excuse me. And I'll say this, without racial tension, like I said, without racial tension and us being left to our own devices, if we failed, that is on us. So then there's no one else to blame, because as long as Black people have somebody to blame for our situation, we will have a type of victim mentality. And I'm tired of us being victims. I'm tired of us being victims of the past, of the present, of our diets, of our psychology, of religion. We are victims, and we are too strong. We are too powerful. We are too guided to be victims of anything. Don't be scared to let it go. Right.
Hey, if I can interject. Yesterday at work, we were talking. I was talking to a white guy at work. We were talking about how powerful this cabal is. It's not just, I know it's more Black people that go through this, but he and I both acknowledge that their power is so strong that him as a white person, he even tenses up when he driving down the road and that police pulls up. He's scared. He's hoping that he didn't do nothing wrong. He's like, did I swerve or something? Why is he getting behind me? And that is what we need to put a stop to. Is these people, they don't even work for us. And that's the part that we don't understand. The police do not work for the people. We didn't hire them. Our taxes don't pay them. That's a bold-faced lie that we've been told throughout history, that we pay for the police salary. No, we don't. The police are paid from the cabal to run that state and run that city, because that city, when you pull in that city limit, what does it say on that sign? It says, welcome to Flint, Michigan, incorporated in such and such a year. They tell you when they became a business. So it's a business who hires some security guards that's armed to freaking terrorize the planet. That's what's going on. We need to put a stop to it. The only lawfully authorized police in the country is the sheriff and the federal marshal. That's why when the police take your ass to jail, they turn you over to the sheriff, because he's got the power. They don't have no power. They're just a security guard with guns. Until we understand that, we're going to keep on going through this shit.
Hey, this said it better, yo. Hey Pookie, high love to you. I had to check you out, my king. I appreciate that so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And that energy, I can feel it already. So that made me happy. Thank you. That mental terrorism, that's facts. Jalen and Tyler, bro, says preach. It all has to stop exactly. Yep. They agree. They agree with you. For sure, for sure. But how do we, let me ask you this, because you know we always do our back and forth. How do you get to that point? Because I know that you say we should, hypothetically, I'm saying for myself, hypothetically, but we know shit ain't hypothetical, but hypothetically, burn the establishments down, burn their symbols of power down to show them that we aren't scared, which they are doing now. But then what is the next step? Like, what is the next step?
What's happening right now and all across the United States is what's supposed to happen. Every time a police kill anybody in the United States, because they're just hired security guards, every time they do that, we all should be at their house saying, bring your motherfucking ass out that house. We should be at that police department burning that son of a bitch down, because you ain't going to operate out of that house today. Not today. That bitch coming to the ground. That's how we're supposed to feel about it every single time. Everybody in the community is supposed to feel that way. And everybody in the United States, whether you live in that community or not, it's supposed to be your problem. That's how it's supposed to be. Everybody's supposed to feel the pain. How dare you hire security guards, keep on shooting our people? Because we might as well dismantle America. If I'm not an American born on American soil and you don't feel my cry, then you ain't in a damn American. You get the hell out of here. Because you're supposed to be hurt that I'm hurt, because we're all in this together. We facing the same enemy. It's supposed to piss everybody off. The grandma, the white grandma, the white pastor, the black grandma, the black pastor. Everybody's supposed to be pissed off.
Yosef said there's nothing else to say. Biggest facts. Yo, I can't, like, that's true. Yeah, I mean, not all, because everybody isn't on the same accord, but people who are on the same wavelength and same frequency, yes. Hey, you killed that. Anybody else got anything else to add? Because that, man, if I thought my ancestors were speaking, my uncle ancestors were speaking. Oh man, let me see. Yo, they going crazy in Houston, yo. And I'm about to show this because we are talking about right? We fight until it's over. We need the women to grow food, and the soldier class can keep fighting. That's facts. Don't forget, though, we need educators, we need carpenters, we need painters, we need scientists. I think everybody plays a role. Everybody should know their lane and do what's right by it to hold the community up. Because we don't need no scary niggas on the line who gonna drop the gun or snitch when the cabal comes knocking. Here go a video of white and black people uniting against treasonous actions, you know, police brutality.
Hell yeah! Let the camera right there, cameraman.
Somebody light a blunt.
Light the blunt. Man, this just the start. This just the start. This just the beginning. This is the beginning. Hey, where's the cigarette? Where's the cigarette? Hey, let me get a cigarette. Light a blunt out there. That's why I looked at this down.
Okay, I'm gonna answer that because I saw that comment. Hold on. Let me start from the top. We can get to all that building and economics after the war. You cannot build during a war, and you're getting murdered every day. I agree with that, but I also feel like everybody isn't a soldier. So what role do they feel? The ones who aren't fighters, the ones who are weak-hearted, the ones who sympathize. Like, everybody isn't built like that. Everybody can't even watch a horror movie, or they close their eyes when somebody gets shot in a movie. Like, what can they do? Like, they're useful. They have to be useful in certain ways. Like let's say, let's say somebody is intelligent, but they're not a fighter, so maybe they should be a strategist. I don't know, but I don't want to be bumping my gums because I don't want the federal government to think that I'm a fucking whatever. You know how they do. They'll fuck around and call me a black extremist, and y'all gonna be like, "Where's Studio 2 Groovy at?" And I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust niggas enough yet to protect me, so I have to protect myself. You feel me? Because I don't put my faith in nobody but myself. But anyways, I kind of went on a tangent. But I agree, we must be intelligent about how we strategize and follow through with the revolution, but it has to amount to a tangible solution. That's facts. Burning of a nation's flag represents the fall of that nation. We really need to let the system go and rebuild our own system, no matter what it takes, because like Uncle said, our future generation, Earth Goddess TV, shout out to you. I don't know if you've subscribed yet, but it's good to see you in the building. And no, you're right. Thank you for that. Pookie Moon says so real. Yeah, because I ain't no bitch, but I ain't stupid either. Like, some niggas just be talking themselves to a jail cell. So, okay, I appreciate that then. Let me put some respect on your name. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, the system has been faulty and rocky. Richard has just sent me some video, so I'm gonna pull that up so people can see the Fort Wayne protest that he was involved in. I feel like I'm doing the Obama thing. But no, let me get this video up. Let me hit this link. And I appreciate everybody who's been rocking and everybody who just came in. I really appreciate that. Y'all rocking with me. It means a lot. Here, I have to share this video and then go to my page. YouTube be fucking up, man. Okay, I'm gonna show one of these videos. Hold on. 1 second. Hey, facts. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Hey, this is Rome. I'll be trying to tell people that this is Rome, and they don't want to believe me. And y'all know how Rome fell. Motherfuckers think it's for play though. But this is from the Fort Wayne protest.
Here, so yeah, now we're in the parking lot at Citizens Square.
Okay.
We got Citizens Square here. That tear gas has been shot all the way down at least a block south to Barry. Some of it's landed here really close. You have people that are trying to leave. You have families that are trying to walk away, being caught up in this. So, again, that yellow truck, I don't know if you can see it. Let me get out into, see if I can make my way out into Clinton Street. All right, that yellow truck has been there forever. Finally gets to move. There are still obviously some protesters down there. I don't know how, because that's tear gas. I'm tasting it on my tongue, feeling it in my eyes, and the back of my throat. I have a feeling it's going to be there for a while. But again, at some point, they shot that tear gas all the way down to here, to right there at the corner of Barry and Clinton, the northwest corner. I'm on the southeast corner here. Citizen Square right behind me. There's our truck. Hard to imagine what those people are doing up there at the front, because I had to retreat right away. Traffic does not seem to be moving. Well, no, let's correct that. Traffic is not moving on Clinton Street. I'm not sure if all these people are able to turn onto Main like that yellow truck did, but the situation certainly has become a lot different than it was from 5 to around 6 something. The first hour or so, very, very peaceful. Things have now become destructive, I guess would be a word, instead of constructive. Even with the rain, every now and then that breeze just blows right into your eyes. That'll stop you. Suddenly So 50, 100 people down there, I'd get closer. There you go. All right. I'm going to turn this down here. This Facebook Live. See what we can do. Try to bring you more coverage on Wayne 15. And, of course, continuing coverage on Wayne.com. The situation does not seem over and does not seem like it could escalate much further without somebody being hurt. Beyond the tear gas, I guess I should say. All right, let me zoom back out. Yeah, now you got protesters seated. Seated on Clinton, stopping all four lanes of traffic. You would think that if police were impatient before and wanted to disperse the crowd, another round of tear gas would be on its way. Or maybe they're giving people, since now that traffic could move and turn at Main Street, maybe that's enough, and they've just pushed them back to Clinton, and maybe this is a pause. Obviously, we can't tell from here. We hope to be in contact with Fort Wayne Police tonight on Nightcast to learn more behind the thinking. Police for the longest time had no presence. There were no police here, at least no officers in uniform of any kind. It's not their traditional patrol uniform.
So, as y'all can see, hold on. I see y'all talking in the comments. Let me see. Yo, that's real. Yo, that's why I had to do a music break, because my motherfucking laptop was about to die. I'm like, oh shit. So I definitely get it. That wasn't one that showed the protesters as much. My bad. I know I'm gonna try another one that you sent me, but he was kind of way too far away. It was a peaceful protest until the police came. That's how it always is, though. They were stopping traffic and chanting. It was awesome. I bet that experience was very, very dope. Life is GQ YouTube page has a lot of live footage. I'm going to look that up in just a second. Notice that riots are only happening in Democratic cities. That's facts. I seen the police station burning. I seen someone shoot at the police last night on that YouTube page. That is crazy. Let me look that up real quick. I don't know how it was sharing 2 pages, but hold on, let me see. Life is actually, yeah, they're showing some. Let me see if they have a shorter video. No, they got hours upon hours of footage. Okay, let's tune in a little bit because I don't want to stick on somebody's page for too long. But let's check this out. And if they got live video footage, I feel like people should subscribe to that channel. This is in Minneapolis. I think you got like 10 seconds left before I change it. This dude been up for 3 days recording. See, and that's what we need too. Cause you know, we are all the actual journalists and reporters out here. Like, fuck mainstream media, like with their biases and shit. Like, we're the real truth seekers and speakers. See, I believe the police are helping coordinate these protests, and of course, the people will do it. This is what I'm trying to show. No, I get it, and I know that they have planted agents fucking shit up and riling the people up. I definitely understand that. I don't know why this ain't working, but I'll tell y'all this much. I am going to I'm going to do like a small music break, but subscribe to this man's channel and watch his stuff, because if somebody got boots on the ground and is filming everything, it's worth watching. But this is like taking way too long. So I want to play another musician. He's a Flint artist.
It been a minute, huh, Bino? King.
You ain't gotta be from Bam, you don't drop any.
Outfit Marcy O, still talk bossy though. Smoke sack cost a coat. You talk crazy on the ground, but you walking though. I'm all access and places it cost to go. Leaning off a foe. You know I murdered the pussy, it's all she wrote. Luda, I'm throwing bows. Lulu, I'm tossing dope. Right off the boat, this my perky flow. Gabby at 69, how I work the flow. India at Little Darlings, I work the pole. Like a 5-star chef, bro, work the stove. Like a race car vet, cuz work the road. I control the flow, no remote control. I try to stop drinking lean, it be working though. I try to put the purse down, it ain't worth it though. He tried to run off on me, he was nervous though. Because the last nigga tried it, got, hey, I wanna cut your bitch off, she the worst for sure. And when I do, I promise you gonna be first to know. I got some paper, they got some in her purse for sure. But I got some cards only going in certain stores. I don't wear it, ain't no service, but I'm serving though. How you flexing with our muscles, fake buppies on? Hit the dog 7 times, brought puppies home. Then I dance on that bitch like Puffy Cone. We in the spot counting up, keep the curtains closed. But the phones don't stop, keep them coming though. Young dog, a musician, he let trumpets blow. Like a corned beef sandwich, this an onion roll. Hey. King. Hey, Johnny Barter, you on enough, yeah.
You talk crazy on the ground.
ground, but you walking though. Luda, I'm throwing bows. Lulu, I'm tossing dope. You tried to run off, homie, he was nervous though. It's like a race car, vet, cuz work the road. I control the flow, no remote control.
Okay, so that was King Cassius. I really appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. We've been rocking almost 3 hours, and I was messing with my comments. I can't even see. Oh, well, the ones that were uploaded, like, okay, if y'all want to see it before we close out, I can pull his up, but it was like an hour or so. So let me see. If y'all want to see it that bad, I'm gonna give the people what they want. If y'all rocking with me still, and y'all don't mind, because I ain't going to sleep no time soon anyway. So here, let me put this back up. Here, this one was streamed 2 hours ago.
It is on fire right now.
Here, I'm gonna run it back.
Guys, right now, man, I appreciate you guys tuning into my channel. Right now, I am at the 5th precinct in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is on fire right now. Oh, let me clean up my camera for y'all, man. Look, it is on fire in the back. There's some smoke coming out the back. They already set it ablaze yesterday, but it is back on fire again, man. They got a bunch of people inside. It's crazy down here, man. Look at the scene. But they say that they set the other precinct on fire, so we about to go over to that one. But I wanted to show you guys the scene. You got it, champ? You too, my nigga. Let's go, guys. We're going to go over to the other precinct. They said they got that on fire over there. The sun is setting in the city right now. Look at, man. Look how beautiful my city is, man. We really destroyed it. Look, this was a Target right here. They just set that on fire. Cleaned the whole inside out. We got a grocery store over here. They cleaned that out. Burnt it up. We got a bunch of shops right here. And all of them are smashed in. We had you can't really see because it's too dark, but there was an AutoZone over there, an apartment complex. It all got burnt down. If you go back and check out my other videos, there's also there's a liquor store right there. The whole block is set on fire, plus the other building on the other side of the street, man. It's really a catastrophe, and it's real sad what they're doing in my city right now. But we're going to go over to the other spot. We're going to keep you guys up to date about what's going on.
Watch for the glass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you heard that? Hey, they came over here and cleaned this up a lot. Because yesterday there was rocks and glass everywhere. Oh.
That's how you gotta watch it, bro.
It's the aftermath, guys. Trying to clean this thing up, man. Look. My fault, guys. Hey, man, if you're in this chat right now, man, you're in this live, I want you to go ahead and smash that like button. I want you to go ahead and turn on your notification bell. Subscribe to this channel. No, they got the YMCA on fire? Oh, no. Look, man, they burnt that joint up. That shit's still burning. That shit been burning since this morning. No, all they did was move them.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause this real quick and I'm gonna look up the other video that was suggested. But I will say this: martial law is inevitable with change. Oh, okay. I will play that. That will be the last song. I get what you're saying. That will be the last song that I play to end the night. I got you.
Hey man, no problem, man.
I know, King, with boots on the ground, there was a group of white protesters that started
And I
to
appreciate every single one of y'all, man.
couple of black
I hope
people
that
who
you can
said
share
fuck
this to
cops and
somebody
fuck
who
12 to
is
shut
seeing
the fuck
something
up,
too.
and the cops were helping them.
Share this to
See,
somebody
that's
who you
crazy.
can bring
That's what I'm
awareness
saying.
to,
Like
man, even if
you
they're
putting
young or
trust in
old.
people.
You know, buddy out there, he on
Go back to
really?
yesterday's video. It was crazy. It was a war zone.
But if you could bring awareness to anyone, young or old, man, even
Yeah,
if
let me
it's a
see.
kid and he knows, hey man, you know, I need to correspond.
Let me see. Yesterday's. Do you remember what the video was called? Well, shit. I'm just gonna pick this one. Hold on. I'm gonna pick this one. Here we go. There we go. This was yesterday, like you said.
Guys, I'm back. It's your boy GQ, man. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to it right now. Smash that like button. But I'm out here in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. We're bringing awareness to the loss of George Floyd. He was killed at the hands of the Minneapolis Police Department on Monday. And there's been a bunch of riots ever since. As you can see, there's a burnt up car over there. We have a building. This was a nightclub. They burned down. We got this place right here. That was a tobacco store. There was a liquor store right there. And there's the 5th Precinct Police Department. Let's go take a little look over here. I want to show you guys what's going on. I need everybody to share this to everybody you can right now.
Shout out this man. Y'all, please go subscribe to this man. I want to interview him. If y'all could reach out to him, I'm gonna try to reach out to him to interview him.
They set the police department down there on fire, right there. And this is a liquor store right here. They set that on fire. Burned down the auto zone. Is that the police coming down there? Sorry. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, this is live. Police department, fire department has finally arrived. This is perfect. We need everything right now, man. We need help, guys. Man, the city is under siege right now, man.
Here, let me pause this because I have to respond to 2 people. Okay, so Pookie Moon says, so what about the store owner who claimed that he was trying to use a fake $20 bill? They say it came back as a fake story. I don't know. I have to look into that, but I did kind of hear some whispers that that was a fake story, but I have not had a chance to look into it. But that is certainly something that I will look into and talk about later. Richard says, curious why the fire department would allow that much fire. I know you guys don't see things like I do. It just looks like it's all on purpose. I will say this. I'm in Georgia right now, right? We had a electrical, what is it called? What is it called when the output is blocked so it gets to like sparking and smoking and shit? Anyways, there was a power line that kind of like that got to spazzing, and it was literally smoking and sparking up in the woods right behind the apartments or whatever, the townhouses or whatever. And the fire department, and when I tell you, the grid shut down the whole fucking block, yo. They did not come for damn near an hour. So they, like, you have to, if you live in black neighborhoods, then you would know that they don't respond as quickly to danger as they do in white neighborhoods. Like, I'm sorry, that's just what it is. They don't. I'm in a pretty affluent black neighborhood, and they took damn near an hour for a power surge grid type situation, sparks, and it's in a wooded area. Like, they didn't give no fucks. So it's not suspicious to me that it took that long. In the video, he was giving the cops his ID. It fell on the ground in the video. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I think the whole situation is fishy, but at the end of the day, somebody died, and it was a wrongful death. Death equals 20 in gematria. What is the significance of 20? I am curious to know. Protesters breached Minneapolis police's third precinct. This is the one. That's the one you're talking about? I'm gonna have to see. Yes, the fire departments are part of the Freemasonry as well. Of course, they've been letting them burn. Also, you should look at Zach Hubbard's work on this just to see a bit more. $20 bill, part of the story. There's more to that. Okay. But see, sometimes that would be sounding to me like dots that are being connected that's not there. But I have to look more into that, because I understand that gematria is a real thing, but I don't know. I still am optimistically skeptical that this is a psyop. But let me see. Let me see. Y'all let me know when y'all see it, because yeah, I'm not seeing it, bro. But we get it. I'm gonna click off of here because I'm gonna go ahead and end it. It's not that I don't know. It's just that every time something happens to a black person, if you can dust it away as a conspiracy, then when real shit is happening, people aren't going to know the difference. And that is the issue with tagging a conspiracy on real shit, because a lot of people don't have discernment. A lot of people are face value. So if you push the narrative that every time a black person is killed, that it's fake, then as we're dying, nobody is going to believe it's real. And that is the danger of having knowledge without discernment. And you have to be careful with the way that you display the knowledge, because if you say, oh, they always do these psychological operations, that's not a black kid being chased in a trailer park ain't gonna think about no psyops. Like, they don't give a fuck about no gematria when they're being chased by racist ass people. Like the Arbery dude. I don't think he was thinking about no gematria when they chased him down. Like, and when he was wobbling to his death. Like, that Freemasonry shit didn't matter at all. Like, period. Like, it's not, I understand that there are things that are planned, but we have to be careful saying that everything that makes us uncomfortable is a conspiracy. Because real shit happens to real people. Like for instance, remember when those policemen got killed? Wait, like a little while ago, like they killed those people. What if the family members were told that, oh, this was a fake operation, but they still have a funeral to go to? You know, like that. Like, we have to just be careful. I feel like we just have to be careful with that. Yes, we know real shit happens. I can distinguish between the two, but how though? Like what is the indication that to you? What is the indication that something is real and something isn't? Okay, I'm going to replay it back because I missed most of it. Love, King. Much love to you. I appreciate you. Your energy is so fire. The government knows all this, bro. I know that there are psychological manipulation going on. I understand that. I think he saw something. Honestly, yep, we usually only pick the psyops. Wherever a crime is being filmed, always question it. Yeah, but I don't know about that. I don't know, because we are a generation of bystanders. We are a bystander generation. If it wasn't on film, did it happen? That is a big cultural thing with our generation. If it wasn't on film, did it happen? Like, we are glued like this. And yeah, my phone is fucked up because kid made me drop it. Oh no, it didn't make me drop it. They knocked it over, so I got to get a new phone. But this is an extension of us. This is, for lack of a better term, this like makes us damn near cyborgs because we feel like this is an extension of us. We literally have anxiety if we can't find our phones. We literally, as a generation, we measure our worth by how many likes, how many shares, all that shit. That's our generation. This is an extension of us. So if it's not being filmed, it doesn't matter. I can understand somebody from the outside looking in saying, like, oh, well, if it was filmed, that means it's fake. Like, I get it, but y'all have to understand the dynamics of our generation. Like, this is us. We live on this phone. A lot of us aren't even comfortable with talking to people without a screen being in between us. Like, that is an important element of the way things are recorded and the way that information is displayed, I should say. But I'm gonna end on that. Thank y'all for rocking. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell and all that. Big things are coming. I am trying to get the next big episode I'm going to do is we're going to revisit adrenochrome. I have a very, very big presentation to show everybody, and I'm going to have some amazing guests up here rocking with me, and we're going to do a big, so that's going to be the next big episode. I will possibly have a Music Mondays. I don't know, because I will be very, no, actually, there will not be a Music Mondays this week. But what I will do is drop a playlist and play some music that I feel like the people will rock to. But there will be no Music Mondays this week. I apologize to anybody who was looking forward to that. But I have some personal stuff that's going on that I don't want to speak on. that, and it's not going to allow me to do it. It's always some agent fueling the fire every time it's a protest. I seen it when Mike Brown protests happened. That's facts. You are so correct on that one. I will be contacting you soon. I appreciate that so much. I look forward to working with you, man. It's going to be fire. What else I want to tell y'all? I appreciate. Oh yeah, it's going to be dope. I promise you. The shit that I found and the connections that I made, y'all gonna be like, oh shit, that's crazy. It's gonna be a whole thing on adrenochrome. We gonna be doing some Podesta stuff, like all that pedophile. Like we just gonna break it down. What was I gonna say? Oh, I appreciate y'all listening and rocking with me. We up at 3:00 in the morning, that's some good ass energy. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all commenting and fueling everybody in the chat. I just want to leave with love and light like we always do. And I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Please spread this video as far as you can. Peace.